and here in Camden Fairview. Y'all are the ones going to school, so let's focus on those menus because they're the only ones I got. Huh? Through all that? All right, out in Bearden, looks like for breakfast, it's going to be a breakfast burrito, and in lunch is honey garlic chicken stir fry. You get whole grain rice, creamy spinach, and fruit. Now, out at Camden Fairview, looks like pre-K breakfast is going to be cereal. Cereal, that's what you're getting. Fresh fruit and milk. There we go. For the elementary, it's going to be cereal, fresh fruit, orange juice, apple juice, and milk. And for the middle and high school, you got a choice. It's either going to be a Pop-Tart or cereal or chocolate chip muffin or ham, egg, and cheese omelet. Oh, I'm sorry, croissant. There we go. You'll get fresh fruit, orange juice, apple juice, and milk. I'm allowed to screw it up because I only have the two schools. I got plenty of time, right? All right, so pre-K lunch. I'm just teasing. Homemade pizza sticks. There we go. Pizza sticks, whole kernel corn, pineapple tidbits, and milk. For the elementary, your lunch, it's going to be a pizza stick, whole kernel corn, and a side salad. You get pineapple tidbits or fresh fruit and milk. And then finally, for the middle and high school, you guys have a choice. You'll either get supreme pizza or a pizza stick. Whole kernel corn, salad bar will be open, pineapple tidbits or fresh fruit, and a garlic breadstick. Oh, and milk. There you go. That's what we're feeding you on a Tuesday with your menus. I'm JJ.
What do you want for Christmas?
All I want for Christmas is you.
I know what you want for Christmas.
What I want for Christmas is a Red Ryder BB gun with a compass and a stock and this thing which tells time.
What do you want? My own show.
Cheer up, dude. It's Christmas.
Wake up! Hang on. I got to do something. Good morning. You're live on Y95.
Yes, I was trying to call in for the birthday.
You got somebody that you want to add to the list?
Yes, I do.
All right, who you want to add?
It's Blakely Easton.
Blakely Easton.
She turns 4 today.
Blakely Easton. Turning 4 today. And we're at Bearden, Camden.
She's here in Camden.
In Camden. Who you want to say it's coming from?
Mom, Dad, and all her family.
Mom, Dad, and the fam. All right, my brother. I have got you down.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. Happy birthday going out to Blakely Easton. Turning 4 years old today. The big 4. She's almost a full hand. I bet she's a full handful. All right. At 4, they always are.
That's when they start getting their opinions.
Yeah, and I'm here to tell you, you can't even whoop that out of them. So there is that.
Once it starts, you can't stop it.
All right. Morning, Doc.
Morning.
How's every little thing in Docland?
Oh, we getting it together.
You have some pierogies yesterday?
I did.
Think I wasn't paying attention, huh?
Oh, man. Linda had been working since like 1 yesterday in the afternoon, making them from scratch.
Right.
And so she gave me heads up that there's going to be dinner waiting.
I got you.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
So, when your niece sits there and makes you pierogies from scratch, I mean, well, best thing you can do is offer to help.
Well, absolutely. I help polish them off anyway.
I did that, too.
At the very least.
Boy, I got stuffed. I couldn't even leave the recliner.
That's about right.
Oh, they were good, though.
All right. Good morning, Mark.
Morning.
How's everything going for you this morning?
Good.
We're going to have to take Doc Bryce to school.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because he is steadily touting how you guys are auctioning off or raffling off this Boomer Esiason football. I was like, really, Doc? Boomer Esiason? You're really just not a sports guy at all.
No, I'm not. I even had to Google it just to hear how it said, and that came from a sportscaster.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a unique name.
It is a unique name, and you and whoever you listened to got it wrong.
Well, it wasn't AI. It was an actual person, and it was from a sportscast.
Uh-huh. Well, the young man, or the man's name is Boomer Esiason. Not Esiason. Okay. Or Ison, or whatever.
There may be a Boomer.
It may be. I mean, but that's not the one that we got the
How do you
ball.
say it again?
Esiason?
Well, no, how'd he say it?
Ison.
Ison. There may be a Boomer Ison. out
There may be.
I bet there is somewhere.
It's that would be like buying a Rolex.
Well, my favorite basketball player has always been Dirk Nowitzki, and there was a period where they called him Ert Nowitzki because there was no D in Dirk.
Right.
I tried, man. At least I looked it up instead of just running with it. Even if it's wrong, at least I tried.
I went back and I replayed it because I was like, what did he say?
Well, at least I know somebody's listening.
Maybe we should do some research to find this Boomer Ison guy and see if we can get a football signed by
Right,
him.
because we can't have Doc Bryce lying on the news, okay? That's
I
just
guarantee
not
you
working.
there's a Boomer Ison out there somewhere in this huge earth of ours.
So, all right. So, yes, the OCMC Foundation.
Yes, the Ouachita County Medical Foundation. And we talked about this the other day. This was started years back and had a lot of momentum, and then, of course, the pandemic hit, and then, like everything else, it just kind of slowed down. And we're in the process of reestablishing that. And we talked the other day about the importance of local hospitals, especially in communities like this that are the rural hospitals, as they say. And you may not think of our community as a rural, but it is. And any community, especially in this part of the world that have lost industry over the years and population and this and that, I mean, it's a struggle. And to still have a hospital that's been viable as it has for as long as it has, and we just like we were talking the other day, that you take it for granted, having that here and the importance of that. And I tell you, if you haven't had someone, you or your loved one, if you haven't been in crisis, I'm talking crisis. And let me take a second. Today makes 1 year since my little brother Jason got killed. And I know he's listening, and so I love you, Jay. But until you've had that happen, if it hasn't happened to you yet, it will. It will. And having that safety net, that's what I think. That's one thing I think maybe you said the other day. Having that safety net of having a hospital here in our backyard, I mean, that is so important. And so this football, not the Boomer Ison one, but the Boomer Esiason one, that's what this raffle is for, is to generate an extra revenue stream for, here's another word that I can't say, and I was practicing how do you say ancillary items.
Ancillary.
Is that it?
Ancillary? Yeah, don't give me lying to you. All right? I'll
Items that are not in the everyday operational budget and this and that. And then, so when things pop up that are needed, then you can pull from that revenue stream. And so, and I'm not up the totem pole high enough to be able to tell you about the budgeting of a hospital and any of that type of things. But there are items that are needed, and it's always good to have that extra safety net, so to speak.
Well,
I think a safety net's a good word for a hospital.
Well, and oddly enough, that is OCMC's slogan, your community safety net.
I'm a little. Thank you for.
We kind of broke away from it. I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, but that had been, the OCMC slogan for years. Your community safety net, that Miss Peggy gave me eons ago when we first met. She said, "I want to use this," and it fit.
It's perfect.
So
because
it's
it's
true.
exactly what it is.
And here's the short and skinny of it. Hospitals in big cities go bust. All right. Hospitals in rural America are 5 times more likely to. I mean, it's tough keeping a hospital afloat, because you've got the whole charitable side of it, all right, where,
Right.
you have to help people no matter what. I mean, you have to help people. And then, just because you're being a real good person and you're helping people doesn't mean you always get paid. And then you run into financial issues because the people that are doing the help, they still want to get paid. I mean, they've still got to live too.
Yeah.
So, it's all economics by the time we get around to it. And it makes it really, really difficult for entities like hospitals to sometimes keep the funding on hand that they need. And this is why you will hear from time to time that your community hospital needs a little assistance.
Well, that's exactly right. And talking about a safety net, but let's also look at it from a different point of view. One of the top, as far as employers in the county or in this area, if you take that away, if you just took it away, if it disappeared tomorrow, look at the number of people that are now out of jobs.
Well, yeah, I don't even know how many the hospital is employing right now, but I'm sure it's several hundred.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That would be out of a job. Just done. And what do you think is going to happen to little old Camden? We lose another couple hundred jobs.
I tell you what, you take those things smoking out in East Camden, and you take that hospital away, and you think sad singing and slow walking.
Right.
Then, okay, you just think about the school system, but the importance of that. But then you take away if you take away the purpose of those entities and what they provide, but if you took that away and just took those jobs away, and then it's like there's a thin line. And, man, when you cross it, you think we got issues right now. Then you double down on it real quick.
Well, and the state's not always going to be the one to step in and fix things either.
No.
All right? You got to understand, too, this is a privately owned business.
Right.
So, the state doesn't come in and bail out privately owned business no matter how good they are.
Right. And even if they are coming to your rescue, don't think they coming tomorrow.
Yeah, and it ain't free.
It's
okay.
It's a long process, and I tell you, you hear things. Bad gas travels fast in a small town, and so you hear things or whatever. Well, for things will be said, and then it spreads or whatever. And I've learned over the years, 52 years being here, you know what? If you don't know what you're talking about, just keep your mouth shut,
please. It's my job to talk about stuff I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, but I promise you're not up here just making things up and just, you have a pretty good idea what you're talking about.
Most days.
Or what direction we're going in or whatever. But, the rumors of demise or anything are greatly, like Bob Dylan said, have been greatly exaggerated. That's not the case. But it is a struggle. And it's not a new struggle. It's been going on for years.
Forever,
Yeah, and it's not just here. It's every hospital in this region. Same thing with schools, same thing with police departments. Those things that are important to the community, it's not easy keeping those things afloat, but you have to. And you don't know what you got until it's gone. But I tell you what, if you have to just sit back and think and put in perspective the importance, and it's easy not to. It's there if you need it. But I tell you, just like I said earlier, mentioning my brother and this and that, if nothing has happened to you personally or to someone that you love, it's easy to take that for granted. But if it hasn't happened to you yet, it will. It will.
Well, life happens. And tomorrow's not promised for anybody. So, my thoughts and prayers with you, brother.
Thank you.
As life goes on, you will experience loss and you will experience tragedy because that is part of life. But having something there like your community safety net, like your local hospital, is very important to the community. It's the community's life's blood a lot of the times. When disasters happen, you got to have these things. So, I'm getting way off point on this. So with the fundraiser going on right now, the raffle for the Boomer Esiason football. You know, this is not necessarily to keep the hospital alive.
No, not at all. Not at all.
We wish, okay, you know, but
no.
you know, and don't think for 1 minute that the hospital's dying, okay, because that's not what we're saying either. But you know, these are the important facts of life here, and in rural America, you have to keep these things in mind.
Yeah, and you know what? Here's how this whole thing came about: was Miss Abbott, our CEO, was at a luncheon, a professional luncheon. I don't really know exactly what the luncheon was. That Boomer, former NFL MVP, had a Hall of Fame career after he retired. Then he's had a huge, as a commentator, media career, and he's got an incredible story with his kid. And you could Google that and read up on it. But she just thought, I'm gonna have him sign this football and see what we can do with it. And you know what it does? You know what that football does? It gives us something. It gives us an excuse to talk about the importance of a hospital.
There you go.
And so we're killing several birds. Well, let's don't.
Well,
wrong with that. But yeah, we're
we're ticking off several points anyway.
Yeah.
And you guys aren't waiting around to give this thing away, right?
No, they're going to do it tomorrow. And so tickets raffle tickets are $10 each. And I tell you, if of course we're radio, this is not necessarily visual, so I don't have the football to show you, but I am a collector of things such. And this is a beautiful white panel football, which if you don't know what that means, it's white leather, and he signed it beautifully. And so if you got kids or even if you're not interested in football or stuff like that, it's a $10 chance on a very cool Christmas gift that somebody that would like. Wow. Now that's something I wouldn't. That's not a pair of socks. That's not a new necktie or whatever. It's not a
right. And it's just a really, really neat conversation piece to have too.
Yeah.
We've got. I was down at one of our sponsors, Everybody's Antiques down in El Dorado. They've got a wonderful booth there called Doc's Dugout.
They do. I get some Luka Doncic cards from them every now and then. They'll let me know, hey, I got some Lukas. I'm like, I'll take them.
And they have got a plethora
what
of
a
sports memorabilia.
What a great word. Plethora.
But I was looking at autograph balls in there the other day, and some of them are worth $10 and some of them are worth $10,000. So and that's really not the point. If you love it, it's priceless.
I have more stuff. I wish you could see that I've gathered over the years, but I have. I've got a few things that I have framed and matted and in cases and stuff in my place. But I have when I had did some dates with Kevin Costner, his band. But I got a Durham Bulls jersey with Davis on the back, and I had him signed it. I've got that. I've got a autographed basketball by the 1991 UNLV Running Rebels when I was up at Arkansas when we played them. I've Dak Prescott footballs and just Joe Theismann, John Daly. I've just kept stuff, and I love that stuff. And it's of no importance to anyone, but I like it.
Well, and in your heart and soul, it's priceless.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. And this would be a really, really great Christmas gift for any sports enthusiast. All right, anybody that loves sports except Doc Bryce.
Yeah, and I think the reason I like stuff like that, because as a kid, like in the summers, my mom and dad would take me and Jay like on vacation, but we would go somewhere where there was baseball. Like we'd go to Atlanta, or we'd go to Arlington, or we'd go to Houston, and then my folks would take us, early for batting practice so we could get autographs, and out after the game to catch them leaving to get autographs. And so I think that's kind of the reason why I like stuff like that, because it just reminds
nostalgia.
Yeah, I remember, it just takes me back to being kids, and which was, that's the best time of our lives, man, And so to the guy next to me, he may not, what is that? But to me, I like it.
Right. Well, now, and we've talked a lot about the football and about the reasoning behind the football, and we mentioned that we're raffling it off, $10 a ticket.
11 for 100.
Oh yeah, you get the
You get the bonus one.
the bonus,
And that'll be
yeah.
the one that'll win is that bonus one.
I can't call it a baker's dozen, but I mean, you get that extra one. Where can they get raffle tickets?
I am so glad you asked, JJ. Well, we've got them, of course, at the hospital. So you can go by the hospital lobby and just ask the first person you see. Or you can call us at 836-1000, and we will get those tickets to you. But Sherman-Williams has them, so go in there and get you some paint. Pick you up some raffle tickets. Or Kaboom Nutrition, The Perfect Cup, Ken's Discount, Jim Golden Ford. I think we were talking the other day, you can go in Jim Golden Ford and buy you a car while you're getting your raffle
absolutely.
tickets.
You know what? Jim might be raffling off a car. You never know.
More birds with one stone.
I didn't say it was happening. I said it could happen.
I guarantee you he'd be more than happy to sell you one.
Absolutely. He'll make you a deal today. All right. So,
and he knows his way around football.
Maybe just a little bit anyway. All right, guys and gals, it's the roundtable. We got to take a quick pause for the cause. Y'all hang out. We'll be right back. Good morning, South Arkansas. It's time for the Washita River Report for Tuesday, December 19th. In Camden, the current depth gauge reading is 6.62 feet. Arkadelphia currently at 4.14 feet. At Thatcher Lock Dam, the current depth gauge reading is 77.2 feet. And at Morro Bay State Park, the gauge is holding steady at 65.8 feet. No river warnings currently in effect, so I'm continuing to learn about state landmarks. Places like Hot Springs National Park. It's another one of the natural famous places in Arkansas. The park's highlight is the ancient thermal springs that date back nearly 4,000 years. You cannot relax in the springs at the park, but the water from the springs is used at two of the buildings on Bathhouse Road. You will also find mountain views, creeks, and campsites at Hot Springs National Park. There are also 26 miles worth of hiking trails to explore at this famous East Coast National Park. Stay up to date with your current river conditions right here every weekday morning.
It's time to check the Radio Works South Arkansas Community Bulletin Board.
If your nonprofit group has an event you would like to be included in the Community Bulletin Board, please email the information to CamdenRadio1@hotmail.com or fax to 836-9500. Please include times, dates, contact number, and address of the event. Please send at least 5 to 7 days prior to the event to give us ample time to properly advertise.
It's time for Hampton Happenings, brought to you every Tuesday and Thursday by our friends out at ProMed Ambulance. Don't forget, their priority care enrollment is underway. Not much going on down in Hogskin areas, but we do want you seniors, if you want a senior ad in the yearbook, to let the yearbook staff know by January 15th or sooner. Payment and forms will be due on February the 19th. That's what's happening in Hampton. It's brought to you by these fine folks right here. Yeah. As you're making your list and checking it twice, is your priority care ambulance membership still unchecked? We have good news. The open enrollment period has been extended until December 31st. Stay prepared and protect those you love by joining now. Affordable annual fees are $39 per year for individuals or just $69 per year for total care. Coverage for your entire household. Don't delay. Contact ProMed and join today. From everyone at ProMed Ambulance, thank you for the trust you place in us. We wish you a very Merry Christmas, and in the coming New Year, always know you'll get priority care when it matters the most. Looks like mostly sunny skies throughout the day with temperatures reaching near 51. Your winds will be calm out of the east at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, overnight low near 30. For Wednesday, mostly sunny and 58. Then on Wednesday night, partly cloudy and 35. For Thursday, mostly cloudy and 60. Friday, 50-50 shot at rain, mostly cloudy and 59. Saturday, 50-50 shot at rain, mostly cloudy and 62. Out of the Radio Works Weather Center, I'm JJ. All right, the roundtable, of course, brought to you in part by our friends out at St. John's Place in Fordyce and Washington Nursing and Rehab in Camden. They are the choice for all of your rehabilitation and long-term care needs. They provide award-winning short-term therapy services, too. You can reach them by dialing 870-352-2104, 836-4111. First Choice Family Care, 476 Hospital Drive, right here in Camden, 870-800-9002. That's Dr. Smith and staff. Now open 7 to 7 for all your medical needs, Monday through Friday. OCMC's CDU, reminding you, you are not alone. Addiction's a tough thing to get through. But you can make that choice to be a better you. And once you make that choice, it gets a whole lot easier. These guys are the very best in the business, man. I love this. 870-836-1289, 1-800-222-1289. All calls are confidential. Mitch Lowe's Body Shop. Accidents happen, so if you put it in the ditch, you better call
Maria
at Mitch Lowe's Body Shop. 837-2560. Everybody's Antiques in El Dorado. We were talking about them a minute ago. 120 booths, 31,000 square feet to explore. You can shop them online, everybody'santiques.com, or call 870-875-1444. Stories, Floor, and Carpet, 2004 Lorraine and El Dorado, doing more than just flooring. Custom tile backsplashes, countertops, bathrooms, and they invite you to visualize. You can check out that new flooring project online at storiesfloor.com. Upload your photo into their visualizer. See your options. 870-862-9446. And by Cabin Rural Health Services, they're on that mission to help folks in Calhoun, Clark, Bradley, Miller, Hempstead, Lafayette, Ouachita, and Union counties. Medical, dental, behavioral health care, all in an employee value culture characterized by compassion, excellence, and respect. Call 870-798-4299 and see what Cabin can do for you. All right, we've been talking with Mark Givens this morning about the Boomer Esiason football that they're auctioning off for the Ouachita County Medical Foundation.
That's exactly right. I couldn't have said it better myself. And this, hey, you know what? A Boomer Esiason.
There was a big question mark out there because I wasn't sure if I was getting it right that time. So,
well, and you know what a Boomer Esiason autograph football is here at the Christmas season? It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Absolutely. I mean, it's worth at least the price of the football.
Oh, yeah.
And then some.
This isn't a football that you just go in. I mean, this is a white panel leather football, and so it's beautiful. And you can get those cases for them at like Hobby Lobby and stuff. And so, man, it's a conversation piece. That's what it is.
Absolutely. It's like my Beanie Baby.
And I'll tell you what else it is.
Don't judge me.
It's an investment. The collectibles have boomed in the past 5-6 years. And so it's an investment. It's worth something. And it will gain in value. And so you could always get it and turn around and go on eBay or go to collectors or, conventions and that kind of stuff and turn it over.
Absolutely. So you can get a raffle ticket by calling the hospital.
Yep, 836-1000. You could ask for Hannah Odell or just ask for the administration office even to make it simpler. If you're like me and you have a hard time short-term memory remembering names, just ask for administration and they'll be able to help you out and get you going in the right direction. And you know what? Back at our you meant talking about the chemical dependency unit there. This time of year, and I want just for a second I want to promote that. Anyone listening out there that has someone you love or you yourself are struggling with substance abuse or alcohol abuse disorder or that type of thing, you think it's a dead end road, and I've learned over the years, what a dead end road is. It's a good place to turn around.
Absolutely.
Don't ever think it's beyond turning this thing around.
No, and the best day of your life could be today. All right, when you decide to make that decision to turn your life around. Man,
holidays are so hard on people, and talking about my brother, my Christmas will never be the same again. His birthday's on the 21st, and so he died 2 days before his birthday, and but for Christmas will always be just because of that. But it's hard on so many people, those that feel they're alone, and at the holiday season, and I tell you what, you don't think about it until next thing you know, it happens to you. Something affects you, and but there's not many of those places, like our chemical dependency. Not many of those places around, and so that's a good way to think of it. The way I think of it is dead end road. You think it's no, it's a good place to turn around, and
it's never too late.
That theory goes with anything that you're in relationships. Anything that you think, man, you trust your gut. If you think,
toxicity
you're probably right.
Is not limited to dependency on chemicals or drinks.
No.
It's one of those things, man. I mean, you can be in all sorts of toxic relationships, and it doesn't have to be with a person.
Any form of noun. I mean, people, places, or things. I mean, if it's not good for you, man, wipe your hands of it. And you
recognize it.
Yeah. Walk away.
There is help out there. You talk to your moms, your brothers, your sister, your preacher, your teacher, your friends. I don't care where you get the help you need. Get the help you need.
It took me a long time to learn this, but you got to invest in yourself. And, we were talking about a while ago time. You never know. You think about it. When we're born, we're given two things. We're given our body, our shell, and the things that go with your body. And then we're given time. All right? Time is probably our greatest asset. But just like in sports, if you're ahead, you want that clock to run. If you're behind, you want that clock to slow down. But here's the thing. We're given time, but the X factor is we don't know when the clock runs out.
Well,
we have no idea when it's going to run
There ain't
out.
no pause.
No.
This clock keeps running.
Yeah, it's like the last train to Amsterdam. There's no such thing. It runs 24/7. That thing is clicking. I mean, so don't think for a second. but
I'll stop tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
If you're not happy with the way you feel, if you're not, you got to invest in yourself, and you got to be and it's very selfish. But we all. It took me a long time to learn that. You have to be selfish with yourself. You got to protect yourself. And if you look in the mirror, or just if you sit there and you're not happy where you're at, you got to, write it down. Get a piece of paper and a pen. I've also learned that you can think things all you want, but when you put it on paper, then you got something tangible.
You can definitely look at that paper each and every day.
And you write the positive and negatives, and then you look, well, I could cross that off. Okay, how do I do it? I could cross that off. Okay, how do I do it? And just start crossing it out. Stick with the positive. You got to keep your protons and get rid of your neutrons and hope your electrons are going in the right direction.
Amen to that.
It's all science, man.
And that's what facilities like our chemical dependency unit, they are one of the very best programs in the United States. So, if you are struggling, by all means, give our CDU a call, man. They can help you over the phone. They can talk to you. All right, and let you know. You come in, they'll even assess you for free.
Yes, free assessments. Just call. You don't even have to say your name. If you just got questions, man, call. I mean, what's it going to hurt? It's only going to help. But, you only live once. But if you do it right, once will be good. But
well, once is all you get. So
you got to turn it around, man. You got to turn it around. And that chemical dependency unit. I mean, I tell you, if you've got issues that have kind of gotten out of hand, and you can't stop a train, you got to turn it around. It's not a life sentence. It may feel like it. It's not. It's not. And what better than, you got to if you're going to turn it around today. I mean, get moving. You're not going to get to B until you start at A. You got to start. That next step that you take could be the first step to the best days of the rest of your life. You deserve it, man. So, yeah, absolutely. If you don't think you do, you're wrong. You're wrong. You don't have to live that way. Now, if you want to, more power to you. You got to think, what do I want? All about, you having a choice. I'm not telling you don't have a choice. You do have a choice. Matter of fact, that is the one thing that I am telling you. You do have a choice. You can make that decision to be a better you. Anything you want in life, you can get. You just got to start. You got to get a plan. You got to have a plan. Absolutely. All right, Mark Givens from the Chemical Dependency Unit over at Washita County Medical Center. And we're also talking about the Boomer Esiason football. Esiason, yes. Oh, Esiason. Oh, he was a lefty quarterback, too. I like lefty quarterbacks. I don't know. Well, that's because they always roll the wrong way. Yeah, I was a big Kenny Stabler fan. I like the lefties. I hadn't thought about Kenny Stabler in years. The snake, man. Mm-hmm. The snake. That's one autographed football I don't have that I wish that I had in my collection. There would be a nice one, to have in the collection. Kenny Stabler was wow. But
you can get that opportunity to get you a one-of-a-kind Boomer Esiason autographed football.
Yep, and I mean, $10 for a chance, and it'd be a great gift if you don't want it for yourself. I mean, it'd be a great, unique gift that I guarantee you, the person you give it to will always think of you like, that was the coolest gift.
That was just neat.
Yeah.
You know? So, and it is tax deductible.
Yes, I mean, being a nonprofit, a 501c3, yeah, any contribution is tax deductible. So going into this time of the year and into 2024, tax write-offs are important. Let's just call a spade spade.
If you want to go ahead and get you a good tax write-off, now's the time to do it. Don't wait.
And I tell you, there's several people that have done just that. They're like, if I want to write a check for $10, just give me 11 for $100, and just for $100. And so yeah, however many you want. But I mean, it goes to a great cause. It's a unique item. You don't just see them every day. And former NFL MVP.
Sports broadcaster. I mean, he just an all-around nice guy. I mean, he really is. So, go ahead, call down to the hospital, take yourself into any one of the Perfects, Ken's Discount, a couple of other places around town.
Kaboom Nutrition, Perfect Cup, Ken's Discount, Jim Golden Ford, Sherwin-Williams. And I tell you what, if you don't have lunch plans today, go to the hospital and have lunch. We got a great cafeteria.
Absolutely.
Pick up the raffle ticket on the way in or out and have some lunch. Very reasonable price. I mean, probably the best, price break in town. Cafeteria workers do a great job. And so, yeah, go have some lunch. And if you've never done it before, do something new. Try something new.
Absolutely. You'll be glad you did.
Get out of your comfort zone.
Amen to that. Mark, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate you coming down and giving us 411 on what's going on over at the Medical Center.
Yep, and Iron Claw.
Don't forget.
In theaters Friday the 22nd, this Friday.
This Friday. All right, guys and gals. Doc Bryce, you got anything you want to add?
No, I'm good.
You figured out.
I've done messed up enough.
You figured out who's autographed the football yet?
Isiason?
Doc's like, enough with this nonsense.
All right, guys. It's the round table.
I cheapened him to an appliance. I made him sound like an appliance. It's an Ison vacuum cleaner. We're giving away a signatured Ison.
This is the new improved Boomer Ison.
Yes. Cabin Rural Health Services. Cabin's there when you need them. Don't wait. Vaccinate. Find out all the information you need from Cabin Rural Health. 870-798-4299. We are brought to you in part by our friends out at OCMC's CDU. It's tough, man. The silly season makes it even harder, but you can be better if you want it. If you want it, or you think you might want it and you want some information about it, well, it's a good time to give them a call. 870-836-1289 or 800-232-1289. All calls are confidential. First Choice Family Care, 476 Hospital Drive in Camden. The choice for all of your medical needs. They're open from 7 to 7, Monday through Friday. Dr. Smith and staff. Go to myfirstchoicecare.com, get that new patient packet, and then give them a call, 870-800-9002. St. John's Place in Fordyce and Washington Nursing and Rehab in Camden. Reach St. John's Place by dialing 870-352-2104 or Washington Nursing and Rehab, 870-836-4111. We're brought to you by Everybody's Antiques down in El Dorado, corner Bradley and West Hillsboro. 120 booths, 31,000 square feet, home to Doc's Dugout. Go down there and check that out. You can also shop them online at everybody'santiques.com or call them up, 870-875-1444. And by Mitch Lowe's Body Shop, auto body and collision repair, framework, glasswork, refinishing. Accidents happen, so if you put it in the ditch, you better call
Maria
at Mitch Lowe's Body Shop.
Boomer Ison. You'll be in that ditch a long time if you're trying to call Boomer Ison and get you out.
837-2560. And finally, by Storage Floor and Carpet, they invite you to visualize.
Visualize.
You can check out that new flooring project online. Just upload your photo into their visualizer.
Visualize.
See your options. 870-862-9446. Doc Bryce, what you got?
I ain't got nothing. My day's just ruined.
Well, That's what happens when you try to give away the wrong autographed football. So.
Doc, if you think your day is ruined, it's a good time to turn around.
Look, I'm the guy who said that the ball was on the 52-yard line.
This is very true.
Now we're getting into algebra. Now, it could be negatives and positives. We're in the negative 48 or positive 48.
Me and Doc Bryce, 48.
Me and Doc Bryce were sitting there. We're trying to call a football game for the very first time in our lives. All right, because the guy that was supposed to call it couldn't make it that day. So we end up, we're out. I don't even remember where we were.
Oh, that was the nice one over there in Little Rock, Episcopalia.
Episcopal,
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. And Doc's, he's all into it. He's all into it. And he says, and they made it to the 52. And I looked over at him. I was like, really?
And just as I said that, I was like, did I just say 52?
One year I was invited to do the broadcast for the televised Christmas parade, in which I was thinking, how do you go about it? And I decided that I'm going to call it like a wrestling match.
There you go.
And that's what I did. And I'm sure those watching were like, what is wrong with this guy? But it worked.
Well, and you know what? We're there to entertain, folks. That's what we're there for. All right, y'all hang out. Speaking of entertaining, we've got your Christmas radio extravaganza coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. We're playing Name That Holiday Movie. That's coming up. And we've got Taco Plate that we'll be giving away here in just a little bit, too. So you guys hang out. Be patient. Give me just a minute to reset, and we'll be back.
Your name here.
News Talk 92 KBEU Bearden. News Talk for South Arkansas. News